searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
He's black. I mean, he's back.
Whoa.
Watch out.
Watch out, he's back. Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Recovery Room. You've got Don. You've got the video playing somehow. You need to stop your media. Stop your media, would you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Recovery Room. We've been gone for a while. I feel like I'm back home, man. I was gone, but that's, you know what? It's all gravy because I was seeing my grandbabies.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong about that. That's all right.
Beautiful.
No, we had a great time. We did a little whirlwind trip up to North Carolina, Virginia, DC, and then back home. I'm still kind of jet lagged, but you know we're real busy. I like that. Look at that shirt popping out on there, Sean. Look at Sean's shirt. They're popping. But it's good to be back. This is Recovery Room, where we talk about everything, a little bit of everything: prevention, treatment, recovery, wellness. What's going on in the world, and how it affects us, and how and what it is that we can do to make a positive contribution to someone's life besides our own. As you know, because that's what we're here for. If you have not joined the Recovery Room yet, please do go to
The Recovery Room.
Yeah.
On your search engine on Facebook. And just hit join now.
Could you pull out a little bit, Don? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't say that, did I? Anyway, yeah, go to the Recovery Room, and there's a join button. And if you just, thank you, sir. If you would just click on that, join now, and one of us, Christy, or one of us will accept your join request or whatever that is.
You get automatically.
Yeah, and because the reason. Man, that shirt just keeps jumping out every time I look at that.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off right now.
He will too. That's our good times.
Anyway, if you go to the Recovery Room, you'll find that there is a wealth of information there. A lot of people sharing their strength and their hope and their experience. There is a lot of quotes, but also every day before we come on, an hour or so before we come on, we kind of post the topic for today. And so therefore you would come in knowing kind of where we're going, even though maybe what we're saying in the topic doesn't necessarily reveal exactly where we're going, because I don't know if we ever know exactly where we're going. But yes, I speak for myself.
This guy.
Yeah, speak for myself. But
You have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going.
Right. You can always be headed somewhere, but if you're headed somewhere fast but don't know where you're going, you won't get lost.
You can get lost. And then if there's a bunch of curves, it's dangerous.
Curves are good, but I think it's the other shit we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the adult version. Yeah, all those curves and no brakes. Number one pickup line in Spartanburg, South Carolina. But anyway, on there,
where it comes from.
Yeah, on there is a topic for the day every day, and a nice quote that goes along with it, and probably a really cool picture that we suggest and encourage you guys to take it and share it, and let's get this whole thing circulating, man. Let's get it percolating, and get everybody involved, and let's share this experience. Hey Gloria, how you doing? Hey Judy, Hey, Christy. Oh, you're right here. I was just looking at the feed.
Hey.
Hey. So, we picked a topic for today, and the reason that this topic was picked is because in a 4-day period, and really more like 3.5. In a 3.5-day period, we visited several friends and family. We covered 4 states. And the whole entire time there was nothing but love.
Oh my goodness.
The whole entire time, and it doesn't matter. Of course, my grandbabies. That's its love personified. But we saw a lot of people. We saw some old friends. We saw some of my more mature, older family members, and Christian and I. And we hit the road, and we covered all that time and did all that stuff in 4 days, 3.5 days, and it was all good. How many times do you say that in your life, right?
No.
How many times you say you went to one day and it was all good, just sitting at home?
You hit the airport, you hit the road, you hit the family,
we didn't have any flight delays.
We did. We had one minor one, but it didn't even feel like
See, I don't remember.
See, there you go. But
I don't
no,
remember.
It was all just...
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so today's subject was time and energy.
Energy.
And what did the quote say? The quote said something about big dogs or something. You should remember. You picked it.
Mine that came out. This is for me today. Everyone wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do.
Hello.
We hibernate.
I know what your species does.
Yeah. Those kind of bear beasts.
Everyone wants to be a beast until it's time to do what a real beast
We
does.
didn't say feast. We didn't say feast.
Beast.
Beast.
Until you're ready to go all out. Until you're ready to go.
Yeah, and that's the deal. Everybody. I hear people oftentimes talking about, I look at them, or anybody that's successful, or whatever. Oh, they're so lucky. They've got it all. Guess what? They did what the beasts do. You know what I mean? More often than not, that person that has the success that you want, they put some time in, they put some energy in. You see, because this is the reality of the situation, right? We only got so much time on this planet. Okay, it's clear. We talk about all the time. This is not being a prophet of doom. If you don't know that quite yet, here you go. Surprise! 100% of us are going to leave this planet in this state that we are in right now. During the course of that time, go ahead. Oh,
I said hi, George.
Hey, George.
Covington.
Hey, Covington. During the course of that time, we have an abundance of energy. We got renewable energy as human beings. We go and we run hard all day, and then guess what we do? We go and lay down and recharge our batteries and get back up the next day and do it again. But you see, the thing about it is that your life and your success or lack thereof is directly proportional to the way that you are using your time and your energy. I know. Another simplistic sounding kind of thing too. You sound so simplistic. Well, if it was so simple, then everybody be doing it, right? It's easy, but it's simple, but it's not easy. And so here's the deal. Here's the deal. You got all day, right? And if you would take your day, what is a day? 24 hours? If you would take that 24-hour period and look at it and see how much time you got to waste. Think about how much time you got to waste in that 24-hour period. And what's the answer to that question? Any? You got any time to waste? Well, I guess you do, depending on what it is you want to accomplish in your life. And so your energy and the way that you use your time is directly proportional to what your life looks like. Then I would suggest then get off of that whole poor me. I'm disadvantaged. Listen, there's people that have been more disadvantaged than me and you that have climbed to the top of several ladders and mountains and staircases and whatever they climbed to the top of. Okay, and it had nothing to do with their circumstances, where they were born, whether they had a physical or mental disability or not. All that's a bunch of cop-out stuff, because at the end of the day, it is your energy that you put into your day. If you spend your, how many waking hours you got? If you spend your 12 waking hours sitting around watching TV, playing video games, and you think, and then when it comes time to do what it is you got to, pay a bill, whatever it is, and it's not there, you spend enough time doing it. You was wasting that energy playing some kind of dumb video game. Yeah, let's not.
Don't waste energy.
Let's not waste any energy. And so that's our topic for today. The phone number here to the recovery room is 941-201-5226. That's 941-201-5226. And I believe that this is a good topic. I believe if you want to join in, we'll just call that number and let's have a conversation about it, because we're moving. We were talking, John, my partner John Wilson and I, and this was really great. The other day we had the opportunity to go to speak to 3 groups of students, about 60 students at Hillsborough Community College. And it was great because I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I've got this opportunity for all these young minds and to kind of do something or say something, hopefully that is impactful for them. And it turned out to be a great deal. But what I heard more often than not in the course of the thing are all the conveniences that we have in life today. I can go online and I can order this, and I didn't even have to leave my house, and I can get my food ordered. Ooh, love that Publix app. I mean, it was all of this stuff about, wow, all of this technology and where it's taking us. And what I ascertained at the end of the night is that there's a lot of convenience, and we talked about there was a time not so long ago that people didn't have refrigeration. Something that we take totally for granted, right? Just go to the refrigerator, open it up, and get your food out of there that's been able to sit in there for a couple of days, when that would have never happened previously. So that doing back then, this was all this period of survival. Had to survive, had to try to get some ice, had to try to do something, put some salt on it to keep it preserved. Now we've gone past all of that to where they're going to bring your groceries that you order online to your door.
Just like that.
Sean, you've used it.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Sean's used the Publix app.
I'm like, where's my ice cream?
Yeah. You didn't order it. You gotta order it. Put in your order, dude. But see, here's where that leads us, though. Where that leads us is with plenty of time to not have to worry about the survival things that they had to worry about. See, when it gets cold, we turn the heat on. When it gets dark, we turn the light on. You see, they had to figure out how to start a fire, and put it in a lantern or whatever the case might be. And so we've gotten to this point where it is so far past survival that now we're in the age of intellect. We're in the age of enlightenment. We're in the age of information. We're in the age of there's no excuse, because all the information is there, and you can do whatever it is you want to do in this life if you just use your time and your energy.
We're also in the age of self-destruct.
Very good too.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. All I can say is that today I'm trying to get people off and over the pour me another drink, or pour me another hit, or whatever this mentality, because the world has been so unkind to me. Yes, I know, man. I could go back and tell you some stories about the world being unkind from both myself and some people that I know, but they've all gone on to do wonderful things in their life. And so today's message is spend a little bit more energy getting your life where you want it to be. Spend a whole lot less energy complaining about where you are. Don't complain about where you are. Do what you got to do today to start getting to where you want to be the next day or tomorrow. Because if you start today, 6 months down the road, your life can be completely different. In fact, you can make one decision today that can change your whole life, change the whole course and direction of your life. But no decision is a decision.
Absolutely.
A lot of it's like when you get ready to go to work the next morning. Like I used to always lay out my have my shoes and my socks and my pants already ironed, my dress shirt already ironed, ready to go in the morning. So I was setting myself up for success instead of in case the power went out and you woke up late and you're struggling. Just by taking a couple minutes each day to prepare you for the
Being
next.
prepared. Yeah, and that's when you just have to say, you can't achieve.
Can't achieve your goals if
If you
you
don't try.
don't try.
Yeah, you gotta step out. You gotta step outside of your comfort zone. You know, because that's
Nothing
what
happens
happens.
there. It's
No.
comfortable there, but nothing happens there.
No.
Kind of like when you're driving in traffic and you see those people that are holding the sign saying, "We'll work for food," and the guy's got his thing, he's cleaning your windshield for you. Well, his options are don't eat, or I'm gonna clean your windshield and hopefully you can throw me $1 or two and I can go get a cheeseburger and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was looking online and I saw there's another new drug out there called Gray Death.
Oh
You
God.
don't have to take it. You just touch it. Or be in the same room where it's open out of the package, you're dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
And people want that. That's what the bad junkies like me used to be. That's what I be running to get. What? Did they kill you just by touching it? I gotta have some of that. You know. And that's a bizarre behavior. This is bizarre mental state. But that's where we find ourselves a lot of the time. That's where we find ourselves in that space where what has become your norm is just so abnormal. You know, your norm has become totally abnormal. Okay, and so this is and so I got this quote and I gotta read it to you. Let me find it real quick because it's pretty much said everything that this was saying. It says, if you want to be happy, you have to be happy on purpose. Okay, when you wake up, you can't just wait to see what kind of day you'll have. You have to decide what kind of day you're gonna have. Which brings us, like we talk about this 2190 program, which means that for 21 days, if you do anything for 21 days, it becomes a habit. And if you do it for 90 days, it becomes a lifestyle. Okay, so if for 21 days you'll wake up in the morning and decide first thing that you're gonna have a great day, and that you wake up with some gratitude about that first thing in the morning, and you do some positive visualization of what you'd like for your day to look like, and then you make a list of the things that you need to accomplish, and then you check them off as you accomplish them. And you make it a point to counteract any negative thought or negative situation with a positive thought, and changing that situation into a positive situation. If you'll do that for 21 days, you'll start to find out that your days will start being better as a result of your attitude. Because it is not your aptitude, even how smart you are. Man, my best thoughts got me in the absolute most trouble. And so it's not how smart you are, but it's when you make a decision to do the right thing, when you make a decision to live your authentic life, that's when the things start to change. You can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. That is clearly insanity.
Years ago, this restaurant I was working at was doing a catering function, and the owner of the restaurant said, I want these things done exactly this one way. So I did it exactly like he had said. After the catering function, he brought me this book and said, he asked me why I did those things the way I did it. So that's exactly what you said. He goes, don't do just what I say, do what needs to be done. And I was actually trying to find the book here at the house so T could read it, and it makes sense. Like, if you're gonna take the trash out, take all the trash out. If you're gonna do something, don't take just that one can out, take them all out. Mm-hmm. Just do what needs to be done.
Do what needs to be done. That is compassion. That is real. That is real focus. That's what's really important. It's just like a piece of paper on the floor. You're in a place and there's this piece of paper on the floor, and everybody just keeps walking by like it's not there. Stop. Pick up the piece of paper. Throw it in the trash can. Be that person. Be that person that does that little simple things, because see, it's the little simple things in life that add up. You know, everybody's looking for like trumpets and horns in the skies to part and all kinds of stuff. It is the wee little things that make the difference, you know. And so again, if you would make it a point on a daily basis to wake up with an attitude of gratitude and do that for just intentionally do it. See, because happiness is, you got to be intentionally, it's an intentional thing. You got to be wanting happiness. You got to make it. You've got to make it that, you know. And if you're looking for that person that's going to make you happy, just look in the mirror. just look in the mirror. You know what Michael Jackson said, right? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. He probably didn't sound like that, but
I think you have to grab something and squeeze it down the road.
Wow, there's that man in the mirror. It's going, ooh. But yeah, I mean, you know, we've been doing this thing here for a while now, and I'm fortunate enough to have had. I'm being missing my duty. Our adorable Dora is not here tonight. We want to thank her and Sean for filling in for us on Monday. Tuesday was just an absolutely ridiculous day. That's the day that I was in Tampa with the 60 students, and there was some other stuff going on, and so we didn't even do Tuesday.
Deborah.
But you know, Dora's writing her book, you know, and that's a beautiful thing, and she's committed, and you know, I think it's gonna be a great book, because she was writing about some other stuff when she found us here at the recovery room, and it shifted the whole book around to really being a little bit more deep into what she was talking about. And so we're happy to have her. We're wishing her the best. Happy when she's here. And so Dora,
We thank Judy and Deborah and everyone for their comments.
Yeah. What did Debbie just say? Go back up, please. I just saw Debbie said being mindful.
Makes a
Man,
difference.
you know, and see, Debbie, that's what I'm talking. Deborah, I'm sorry. Maybe I can call you Debbie. That's what I'm talking about. You see, the reality is that key word in what she just said was mind. This mind, this thing right here, this thing that is the most complicated computer ever invented. You know, we got all these things now. You know, with artificial intelligence, we got Google, we got all these different artificial intelligence things, but it will never touch the rational, logical mind. Which, you know, that's a whole nother story. Rational and logical. They'll never touch them. They'll never be able to think deductively and all those do inductively and all those different ducts. They won't be able to do the duck thing. But you know, we live in this age. But this brain here, it can accomplish anything. You know what's interesting to me too? It's like we as people, we are so apt to just believe just about anything, right? Accept just about anything as a normal, right? It's just like the radio, right? We get in the car, we turn the car on, and we turn the radio on, and it plays music, and that's it. We keep moving. Not thinking about all the stuff that goes in.
Like Judy said, mindful, not like mindful. Mindful.
Yeah, mindful. Let it be full of positive stuff. You know, because when you clutter it up with a whole bunch of garbage, guess what comes out? Is a bunch of garbage.
Well, it's like when you eat good food, you're putting good stuff in, good stuff's going on. You put the crap in, you know, crap out.
Crap in, crap out. That's it. He said it best.
Yes, grasshopper.
Yes, grasshopper. Yeah. So yeah, it's a matter. I'm on the train. I'm on this enlightenment train. I'm on this train to try to get everybody to go and at least start now to fulfill your full potential. Because guess what? It took me a long time. I'm hoping that I can catch some people that are very young and they hear something I say and they kind of get it. So they don't have to wait as long as I waited to finally get it. You know, because the information is there. It's readily available. You just got to take it and read it and use it. And so as we move into this, what year is it? 2020. As we move into 2020, the 2020 is about perfect vision, right? Clear vision, vision. 2020 vision is supposed to be the good vision, right? So
Yeah.
it's no accident that we're in the year 2020, guys.
We're supposed to be looking at it like right.
We're supposed to be looking at it right?
Straight up.
Straight up, right?
Straight up.
We're supposed to be looking at it the way it is, not the way we want it to be.
It's not the gray and the white or the black and the white. It's not the gray. It's bam.
Like, don't be that person that wins, like, say, $100,000 on a scratch off, and then complains about, oh, I got to pay these taxes and this and this
Isn't that
and this.
stupid?
You know?
Isn't that stupid?
Be thankful.
I kept telling the students, it's like, okay, which person you want to be? Do you want to be the person that they applaud when you come in the room, or you want to be that one that they applaud when you leave?
Absolutely.
You know, you got that choice. You know, you've got the choice in your life to do whatever it is you want to do, and if that is to get off of that, get out of that pattern of addiction, you know, because it's a pattern, right? And if you're willing to get out of that pattern, if you're willing to make that decision, guess what? You can do it. If somebody else could do it, so can you. And that is the one message that I'd like to send to you. And when I say this, I'm never saying to you that I'm any better than you. I am different because I'm me. You, on the other hand, are you, but you still have the same capacity. You still have the same ability to make a decision to stop the madness. Okay? Stop the madness, man. I mean, because you only got this little short period in time to live, and use that time valuable. Use it wisely. Don't waste a whole lot of years. I mean, I wish right now I could go back and do some of that stuff all over again, but I can't. You know. All I got is now. And so when I say, look, if somebody like me can do it, that's not me lifting myself up because I was dumb enough to get myself in that situation in the first place. I'm no better. And I'm one hit away from being right back to where I left off. You know, and they say, and I know because I had relapsed a whole bunch of times, when you go back, you're worse than when you quit. You know, because you lost some time. You're trying to make up for lost time or something. You know, and so there's you know, if you would make the decision today, you may not stop today. Today may not be the reason the day that you have your final run, but if you start stopping, which is kind of interesting, right? Start stopping. If you start stopping, I guess it's like a car, right? You got to start stopping, right? When you see the red light, you know, you don't just stop. You start stopping.
No, that's a suggestion. Just like speed limit. That's a suggestion.
Yeah, that's a suggestion. Don't stop at the light. Just run to the intersection. You know? No, that's not good advice. No, you got to start stopping. And then once you start stopping, once you get a few hours under your belt, then you'll see what that's like, and then once you do a few more hours, you'll see what that's like, and then once you get a day under your belt, you'll see what that's like, and then once you get a week under your belt, I mean, it is you got to start somewhere. You see, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get to get started to be great. Okay. I mean, and it's really as simple as that. And so we pray for you guys. We you know, our whole reason for being here is just to try to be a part of the solution. You know, I've been part of the problem. Trust me. I've been part of the problem, but here lately, I've been working on being part of the solution, and guess what? It's working. I got some new people in my life right now who, had I not been doing what I'm doing, would never be there. And that's easy for me to say. Maybe they would. I don't know, but I just feel like because I was in this particular space, I met this particular person, and they've added value to my life. And that's what you got to do. You got to be out there, man. You got to be, you know, it's like that story about the lion and the gazelle, right? Every morning, the fastest lion has got to wake up and hope he's as fast enough to catch the slowest gazelle. to eat and survive, and vice versa. The slowest gazelle has got to hope that he's fast enough to outrun that lion to survive. Either way you're running, man. Either way you hit that ground running, and I guarantee you, this is not no sense of like in urgency. No, it is what we have to do. Because we've been one nation under stagnation for quite some time, and it's time to get totally away from that. Now, Sean, did you read the one that you sent me? How did it get so far back?
I sent you like 50 of
Yeah,
them.
did you read the one about justice for prescription? What was that about? It says get justice for prescription opioid addiction.
That was there's the lawsuit one
Yeah.
where they're going after there was one town actually in North Carolina that had 400 residents but wrote 90,000 opioid prescriptions in a year.
Yeah, that happens so much. More prescriptions than the whole population of the town. It just makes absolutely no sense. But here's something we don't talk about a lot, and it was another thing that Sean sent me is where we live here in Sarasota, we are the DUI death capital
Of
Florida. More DUI deaths here in this town than any other place, but that doesn't mean that any other town, one is too many. And I used to be one of those people. It was like when I drink, I gotta drive. Die behind the wheel, like what Steely Dan would say, right? Drink Scotch whiskey all night long and die behind the wheel. Because you feel like you just want to drive, and you drive better, you drive, cooler or something. But you're putting yourself and everybody else at risk. Okay? Sean told me the other day that when his family would have like get-togethers and potlucks or whatever, he'd bring the keg.
It's a covered dish, and it was Heineken, so it was imported. Hey.
Listen, it is what it is.
But I wouldn't drive. I mean, I would drive there.
You're there, and then you stop and hang and be with the fam. But there are so many people that are that way. There are people that drive around with kegs in their car. I know, just shaking his head. Anyway, one death from any of this stuff is way too many, guys. I mean, we live in a world that is so beautiful, so vast. There's so much more to do to get our jollies, to get our swerve on. There's so much more that we can do. I just met with hey, what's up, Zach? I just met with the Boys and Girls Clubs today. Do you know how many kids are out there today that don't have any parents? That are in foster homes, that need a big brother or a big sister. You sitting around trying to figure out what you can do to make a difference. Go and be a big brother or a big sister, or go getting reverb on the microphone. I got Don. Somebody said, Zach said, go to the maternity. No, maternity. Go to the baby wards, the infant wards, where they got. Oh, the volume was up. Where they got these kids that have been abandoned, and they're addicted, and they're sick, and they need someone to just pick them up and hold them and rock them and maybe sing them a song. And guys, that don't mean just women, because I know you used to get the picture of rocking a baby, see a woman and their bosoms and all that. No, sometimes it's a good, hard, strong arm and a strong voice is what they need as well. Guys, there's much to be done, okay? And it's up to us to get it done. Okay, and I don't know how else to describe that. If you've been blessed to be a blessing, you got to understand that that's what God is wanting for you. God is wanting you to go and touch that person, okay? Because God, however you perceive it, good orderly direction is probably the simplest way I'd like to put it. Good orderly direction, G-O-D, good orderly direction. But it works through people, and he wants you to be able to if when he blesses you, he wants you to be a blessing to others. Okay, and that's not hard. I don't. You know, it's one of the simplest things to do, and one of the most rewarders, because givers gain, and especially when you give, not asking for anything, not expecting any gain. You know, when you just give to give, man. That's what it's all about. That's what's happening. That's the world and what I want to live. See, there's this state of mind called pleasantness. And a state of pleasantness is a full package kind of deal, right? It is emotional, it is mental, it is spiritual, it is physical, and metaphysical type of a type of harmony. And when you have that all going, people around you see it. And they want it, and they emulate it. You see that you always say, right? The sincerest form of flattery is imitation. You know, and that's what we want people to imitate, right? We want people to imitate our good. You know, we want people to. I ain't gonna lie. It feels good when somebody says, "Hey, man, I really love what you're doing." I mean, Sean has experienced it as well. You know, when somebody comes up to you when you least expect it, and they go, "Man, it's really, really great what you're doing, and don't stop, because you know you touch my life, and you know, and then somebody else says, you know, hey, you touch my brother's life or my sister's life, or whatever the case might be." Let's be that, guys. Let's be the ones that make a difference in other people's lives. It's a really worthwhile thing to do. That's why we're here. We're here to be servants. I don't know any other reason, you know, to be here. You know, let's be servants. What else you had in the news there, Sean? You sent me a couple of things.
I sent you just a plethora of stuff.
The father of a 5-year-old rifle girl died of a meth overdose. It's crazy. This is the one about the gray death drug.
The one I just talked about, yeah.
Oh, here's one. Virginia, 30 pounds of cocaine seized during a DEA employee party.
Yeah, there was $170 million worth of cocaine that the DEA, the bad DEA guys, had. Thought, oh yeah, we'll just take it to the employee party, then go out and do whatever else. Oh, wow. Well, one of the dogs walking by was like, "Hey, it's over here." Yeah, and a 17 DEA employee or whatever got arrested.
That's crazy.
I know.
Crazy. Okay, I'm reading. I'm on Sean's stuff today.
You know, at nighttime, like I really don't sleep that much, just because of mostly pain. But there's like a couple of like chat rooms that I'm involved with like the Liver Foundation and the for liver disease that I have, and when I was chatting with them, I didn't realize how many of them actually watched this podcast, because my picture on my Facebook was actually my dog in the pool on a kayak. So they didn't realize it was the same person that they were chatting with. And like, oh my God, I didn't realize that was you. I watch the show religiously, and how much it's changing their life. And it's good that we're getting the word out there.
Yeah.
But
we need you guys. We need you guys. I mean, just really seriously, we need you guys. So, you know, we're not looking for anybody to follow us. We're looking for people to take the lead. We know we want to hear, like this. I'm proud of my boy Billy Skinner. Billy Skinner was watching the show and he had his own issues, but he took it upon himself to go and do some live feeds and talk to people that he may affect and have a greater effect on than I, Sean, and any of the people on this show would ever have. So this is what we got to do. We want people to take it and then go forward with it. Go forward and do some things that you know, do some extraordinary things that common people don't get credit for, but common people can do extraordinary things, and that's what we want. We want you guys to be extraordinary. You see, somebody's going to do something great today, even tonight. Might as well be you, right? It might as well be you. And so don't miss the opportunity to be great. This is what you're born to. You're born to be great. It is not how bad we are. It is not how inadequate we are. That's our biggest fear. Our biggest fear is going and having to deal with how great we are and what goes along with being that, because it implies that you have to do something. Maybe that's what keeps a lot of people from achieving their greatness, is because it requires some work. You know, and you can sit around and be pretty and handsome and all that, but that don't get you nowhere. You know, you got to get up off your butt and go out and pursue what it is that you want in this life. It's there waiting for you. They talk about I've been talking about this whole law of attraction thing. I don't think it's a law of attraction. I think it's a law of vision. I think it is. I think that, and especially now in 2020, I think that the reality is that everything that we long for, everything that we hope for, everything that could contribute to our success is sitting right there in front of us. And especially, again, in this day and age of information, when you can Google, how do I become successful at the music business, whatever it is, cooking, give me some success stories. And there's so much information, but you gotta go looking for it. That's our acronym, right? Ask, A-S-K. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask, A-S-K. Write that down somewhere and keep it with you, because that's what you really have to do. Lately we've been doing a lot of networking meetings, luncheons, and so forth and so on. And it is so awesome, because you know that you're going out there and you're going to meet some people. But after you meet the people, I mean, that's just the first part. After you meet the people, right, you got to follow up with them. Right? You got to call them and say, hey, really great meeting you. I'd like to sit down and talk to you one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. You've got to do the next step. And then guess what? Once you do that next step that you need to do becomes more clear. And then what will happen is that you'll find yourself with people coming to you and saying, hey, here's what I'd like to do to help you. This is what's going on now, guys. And this is just an evolution. And it's an evolution that everybody has the potential to have. Your authentic life is a wonderful thing.
Speaking of the next step, they passed this law. They thought it was going to make it easier for someone to get like a liver transplant or whatever.
That too, yeah.
And basically what happened before, if you're within a 100-mile radius, if you're on the list, you get the phone call, hey, come in. But they expanded that to 500 miles, and they thought that would increase the person who was in need of the organ. It would increase their chances. It actually lowered their chances, because so many more people needed a liver or a kidney or a lung or whatnot. So if all you got to do is go down to the DMV, check the box, be an organ donor.
Be an organ donor.
You can't do anything with it when you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you're a healthy person, I want all you healthy people to become organ donors, because you get a good healthy organ to be great. Hasn't been damaged and all that. But having said that, Don and I will be working. I'll put Don out there because I've been running so hard and I haven't done anything. But we'll be working on a little piece that we're putting together to add to our campaign. And I think we'll just do GoFundMe. It's the easiest one. It's the most known one out there.
No, because that's considered an income, and I lose all my benefits.
Yeah, but it won't be in your name, so that's why we do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's I was going to get to that. Yeah, because it's considered an income, but I don't care. I'll take on the weight. Doesn't matter. But we've actually talked to the organ liver transplant people at Tampa General Hospital. We got an idea of what the out-of-pocket expenses are going to be, and they could be very costly, and they could be over a period of time. And so we'll put this campaign together. You guys please donate, share it, do whatever you can do to help us out, because it's a simple thing. Saving a life. Wow. What an amazing thing! Because with all the technology and all the medical wonders that have come around, you can't live without your liver. You can survive for a while, but you can't live without it. And so we're gonna do everything we can to get a liver. Look at that face. That face deserves a liver. Doesn't it? I believe so. So look forward to that campaign. We'll be posting it on the Recovery Room site and all the other sites that we've got. Oh, our sponsors. Thank you, 21 Sweet Treats. Thank you, Hammock Haven. And thank you, P.O. Warriors, Protect Our Warriors, our 3 sponsors right now. But there'll be a lot more coming down the pike with all the networking that we've been doing lately. We got a real cool dentist. I'm going to shout them out right now because they're just, they're worthy of that. Hold on. Oh, over there. Come here. I got it. They are called Parkwood Dental in Bradenton. Great people. They obviously understand from the people who have gone to them, have the really great high tech. The guy said it was like being on the space shuttle when he got into the chair to get his teeth done. So they said they've invested a lot of money, and that the treatment was pain free. And I heard that. That's who I'm going to.
So when someone knocks someone's tooth out with a piece
wow,
piece of farm equipment, then they could put it back in.
Yeah, well, what had happened was, and see, Sean, if you see, he's got the tooth missing. It's all my fault because we were out in the country doing some work, and I was doing on a backhoe. Wait a minute, is that
You were back on hoe, or
no,
you were?
it's called a backhoe, and the rule of thumb is when you get off of the backhoe, before you get off of it, you put the bucket down, and so I got stuck a little bit and not thinking, I got off of the truck to go and see where I was stuck. Hence, meanwhile, Sean comes running to my rescue. I'll save you! And
Headbutts
the bucket, which I left up, which he didn't see, apparently. And head went this way, tooth went that way, and so when you hear this story about a bucket and a tooth, that's the story that we're referring to.
The weird thing was I hit my head like right here.
And the tooth flew out.
Tooth flew out, and I had a mark like on top of the head.
Yeah.
And
Guess what? We just kept on rolling.
it was rock, paper, scissors. A lot of equipment's going to win every time.
Yeah. That's definitely. Let's see. Maybe we can get a dental group rate. Yes, it is true because they're going to be on our PO Warriors sites as sponsors. And so yes, Judy, you can tell them that we sent you or whatever. We'll figure it out. But I'm dealing with them. I'm meeting with them here soon, and they'll be a sponsor. Great people. I really like them. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm meeting some of the best people, and we're connecting on a higher vibration. Let's call it. We're all of us are centered around, first of all, helping each other's businesses, but at the end of the day, helping others. Period. There's because Protect Our Warriors is a business that is about armed forces and first responders and giving back to them, and so people are really into that. As a matter of fact, if you would go onto your Facebook and type in Protect Our Warriors, please join that site. We were just opening and just starting to build it. But go to Protect Our Warriors on Facebook, and you'll get an idea of what that's all about. But a lot of great stuff happening. And we want you to share it, guys. We want all you guys that are still active out there right now that are wanting to get clean and sober. Today's your day. Let's do it together. Let's. If you need to call us, you got the number. We're always up. Sometimes our schedules are so crazy. Sometimes we're up 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and we wouldn't mind if you're out there and you're struggling and you need to talk to somebody. Just pick up the phone and call 941-201-5226. That's 941-201-5226. That number is always available. There's phones all around that we can pick up. If you need somebody to talk to, feel free. There's no judgment. Especially for me, I'm I'm the least one to be able to judge anybody. But I am this hope dealer. I do have hope for you, because I do know that you can do it, and every day that I get a chance, I'm going to encourage you to do it. And I think that you should start today. I think today is the day that you should just say, listen, that's it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick. And I want my life back. I want to live my authentic life. I want to live the life that I'm capable of living. I want to pursue my dreams, my goal. I want to go back to school. That's the thing about being in that community college the other night. It was such a variety of age of students, from young to people going back to school, pursuing their a career. That they worked all their life and never finished their college, and now they're back, because it's never too late, right? You can do whatever you want whenever you get ready to do it, right? I think today's the day. I'm hoping. I'm sincerely hoping that today is the day. I hope that somebody, this is what we hope and pray every time before we come on this show, is that we can just mess around and say something that has a positive effect on just one person out there. Hell, if we get 5 or 10, that's just gravy, But I just really sincerely, I say that I used to be a hopeless dope fiend, but now I'm a dopeless hope fiend, and that's real, okay? And you can say the same thing, you can claim the same thing one day, and you'll find that your life will be a better place. You'll be a benefit to the human race. It rhymed, didn't it?
It does.
Because it was in one of my songs, that's why. Anyway, Sean sent me this one too, and I love this. It says, me and God have a little arrangement. If he wakes me up to see another day, I promise to try to be better than I was yesterday. Can I hear an amen?
Amen.
Ain't that a good deal? That's a good deal, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's like, if you listen, God, if you just wake me up, I promise you, I'm going to go and do something good with all of this abundance that you placed in front of me. I mean, my God, you can get chocolate ice cream anywhere.
You get it delivered.
You get it delivered. It's amazing. You can have you can have 896 channels of television and not watch one. You can have it. It's there for you. You can have a car and can't even drive. There's a lot of people. Around here, that's a lot of people.
A lot of them shouldn't drive. Yeah.
A lot of them shouldn't be driving.
Same sitting on the phone books.
Yeah, right.
Looking over the wheel.
Oh my God, with those dark glasses on. Oh wow, scary. Anyway, not to talk about anybody. We love everybody. Listen, if nobody's told you that they love you today, look, we love you. Like love, like the heart thing and all that. It's that real love, because we need it. Nobody can survive without it. You become hard and callous and indifferent, man, if you ain't got a little love in your life. And so it was this guy, right? A young guy, executive, a little mid-level executive at his company, trying to climb up the ladder and will take on his work and take on everybody's work, but except this one day he took on everybody's work, and it was a little bit too much, and he didn't get it done by the end of the shift or end of the day, and so he had to go and pick up his little 5-year-old boy. He's a single parent, so he had to go and pick up his little 5-year-old boy, right? And so he goes, picks his kid up, takes the work home with him, sits down at his desk and tries to start working. But you know how 5-year-olds are. They got all this energy and abundance of energy, and this thing of wonder and so forth in their eyes and their heart. They want to know everything. Like, why is there air? Why is the chocolate ice cream brown? All of these different questions. And so the dad, trying to get his work done, thought he'd get smart, and he saw on a magazine, he saw a picture of the globe, a picture of the world, and he ripped it out and tore it into little pieces, right? And he gave it to his son, and he said, and he took got some scotch tape, gave it to his son, told his son, listen, son, go and put this picture of the world together, and then when you're done with that, Dad should be done with what he's doing, and then we'll be able to play, go to, shoot some hoops, whatever it is, get some ice cream. And he said, and so go over there and do that. And so this kid went off happy, he's skipping over, he sits down on the floor, and he starts putting the picture back together. And Dad gets back to work thinking he's brought himself some time. In 5 minutes, the little boy was back with the thing all together and put together really well, for that matter. And the dad was, upset because he didn't get enough time, but he was also very proud that his son was able to do that. And he said, "Well, son, how did you manage to put that picture of the world back together so nicely and so quickly?" And the little boy said, "Well, see, Daddy, when you handed me the picture, you handed it to me upside down." and then on the back of the picture of the world, what it looked like, because I looked at it and it was like this head, and then I took another one and it was like an arm and a leg, and so I started putting a man together. I put the man together. I put the legs and all that, and I put the man together. And so then when I put the man together, I turned it over, and the world was together. Simple things, guys. Simple things. Yes. If you were to just take the time to put yourself together, to put your own little world together, to not worry about all kinds of outside stuff, and then forgive yourself for the stuff that you've done, and then forgive other people for the things that they've done, and find that place inside of you that is love, that is pleasant. See, you got to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And it's like anything else. If the plane's going down, they tell you when the oxygen mask goes down, they say to put it on yourself first, right? So that you can be conscious, and maybe you can do something to save the other person. Okay. So it says, see, happiness happens, right? There's two words. Hap is the key word, right? The root word. Happiness happens when you make it happen. Okay. It's not subjective. You don't wake up and have a whole bunch of money and you're happy. I know some miserable rich people. Okay? Happiness is an inside job. Okay? It is something that comes from the inside out. And then I forgot the guys to tell you about smiling, right? You know what a smile is? A smile is a frown turned upside down. They said that a smile increases your face value. That a forced smile is better than a sincere frown. The smiles are very contagious. You ever walked into a place and seen somebody, they didn't look like they were real happy, and you smiled at them and they could not help but smile back? Have you ever smiled and tried to feel bad? You can't do it. It's impossible. It is physically and biologically impossible. Try it. I feel good. You feel good when you smile. So smile, guys. Smile. It'll make somebody else happy. Feel good.
Hey,
feel good.
Just because it's Bob Marley's birthday today,
Oh.
don't be partaking in the Bob Marley ritual, okay?
Oh, it's today's birthday?
Yep.
Irie. That's beautiful. Well, he's one of my favorite artists. I do a little Bob Marley every now and then. Hey, listen, I want to give a shout out to all my babies out there, my grandbabies. We had a great time this weekend. I love you guys. I'll be able to see you again real soon. This is always a pleasure. I thank you guys that have been Judy and Jen and a few other people that have been here and with me with this show for since the duration. And we would thank you for tuning in every day. It gives us motivation to come back another day. Let me see what Deborah said. Deborah's putting out some good stuff. My friend's 16-year-old daughter saved many lives. By organ donation. Hey, listen.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. All you veterans out there, thank you so much. I know it's not Veterans Day or Veterans Month, but every day.
Every day is Veterans Day.
Every day. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And he meant that. Every day. Thank you guys for your service. Thank you for protecting these things that we hold so dear, our freedom to be or not to be. Because you're free to not be. You're free to live whatever life you choose to live based on your actions, but don't blame anybody else. That's what we end up doing. We always end up placing blame on somebody else. My life is this way because.
It's like when you ask a little kid, "Hey, have you seen? I didn't do it."
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like,
Immediately.
You're like, no, I was just looking for my keys. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, yeah. Every time you get a chance, hug somebody. Every time you get a chance, love somebody. Forgive somebody that you've had an issue with for a period of time and it's sitting there festering. It doesn't make any sense. That's called taking the poison and expecting the other person to die. That's not the way it is, man. You know. Hey, listen, this is Recovery Room. Sean, T-Bone, Christy's here doing some other stuff. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys.
Be safe. Watch out for those fallen trees of the storm.
Yeah,
Coconuts.
I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me. But you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you didn't know.